In a time when the earth still whispered its secrets to those who listened, there stood a peaceful farm between beautiful hills and skies. Here lived a noble horse whose spirit was as strong as the mountains. Each day, as the sun climbed the eastern sky, he pulled the plow through ancient soil. Each evening, as shadows grew long, his muscles trembled with honest fatigue. Yet he never complained, for he understood that all work, when done with presence, is sacred. But one twilight, as golden light filtered through the stable doors, weariness settled deep into his bones. He thought to himself, "Perhaps tomorrow I might ask for gentler work, just one day to restore my strength." It was a small thought, a whisper of self-care, nothing more. As he closed his eyes to rest, a sleek cat wandered in, her eyes gleaming with curiosity. "Why such heaviness in your breath, noble friend?" she asked. The horse, believing all beings shared the same honest heart, spoke his truth. "I'm thinking of asking the master for lighter work tomorrow. My body calls for rest." The cat nodded slowly, as if understanding. But as she slipped into the night, her mind was already spinning the thread differently. The cat found the cow resting beneath the stars. "Sister cow," she whispered, "the horse is troubled. He says the master works him too hard. I think he wants to leave this place." Notice how the story had already changed, like a reflection in rippling water. The cow's peaceful chewing stopped. Later, by the morning dew, she approached the goat with worried eyes. "Have you heard? The horse suffers greatly under our master. Not enough food, too much labor. He's planning to find a kinder home." The words had grown heavier, like stones gathering moss as they roll downhill. The goat, startled and concerned, carried this burden to the rabbit by the meadow's edge, but now the story had transformed completely. The horse will escape tomorrow. The master beats him, starves him, treats him with cruelty. He's already chosen another farm where he'll be treated with compassion. That very evening, the master's servant arrived to collect eggs. The rabbit, bursting with what she believed was urgent news, hopped straight to him. Sir, the horse is betraying the master. Tomorrow he'll leave with other animals to a farm where they're treated better, with kindness, proper food, and no beatings." The servant's face paled. He rushed to the master's house, where the master sat sipping tea in the fading light. "Master, your trusted horse plots against you. By dawn, he plans to steal away with your animals to another farm. He spreads word of your cruelty and injustice." The master's hand trembled, spilling tea like tears onto the floor. Rage, born of fear and wounded pride, clouded his judgment like storm clouds blocking the moon. That night, in darkness both literal and spiritual, he entered the stable with poison. By morning's first light, the noble horse's spirit had left his body. The unbearable truth: the horse never planned to leave. He never spoke of betrayal. He never criticized his master. He simply hoped, as all beings sometimes do, for a single day of rest. But in a world where words move faster than mindfulness, where stories multiply like echoes in a canyon, one small confession became a death sentence. This story illuminates what the Buddha called right speech, one of the Noble Eightfold Path. Before we speak, we must ask ourselves 3 questions. Is it true each creature in our story failed this test? Is it kind? The gossip was dressed as concern. But kindness requires accuracy. Is it necessary The horse's simple thought needed no retelling. Like a seed planted in unknown soil, your words take root in minds you cannot control. The horse shared his weariness with good intentions, but he could not control how that seed would grow in the cat's mind. The cow's worry, the goat's fear. In Zen there is a saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. The reverse is also true. When you speak before discerning the listener's readiness, your truth becomes their fiction. Guard your inner world as you would guard a flame in the wind. Not everyone who asks deserves access to your vulnerabilities. Notice how the story grew worse with each telling. This is the nature of suffering created by unexamined thought. The horse wanted rest. The cat heard dissatisfaction. Dissatisfaction became planning to leave. Planning to leave became cruel treatment. Cruel treatment became organized betrayal. Each mind added its own fears, judgments, and interpretations. This is why the Buddha taught us to verify our perceptions, to question our assumptions, to hold our stories lightly. The master, upon hearing the distorted tale, acted from a place of ego injury and fear. He never spoke directly to the horse. He never investigated the truth. He never paused to breathe, to question, to consider alternative explanations. This is the opposite of mindfulness. This is reaction, not response. How many relationships have we destroyed because we acted on stories rather than truth? How many opportunities have we lost because we believed gossip over direct communication? The master's poison needle ended a life. But how often do we use verbal poison, harsh words, cold silences, withdrawn trust, to kill relationships based on secondhand information? In your family, your spouse mentions feeling overwhelmed. Do you listen with compassion? Or do you tell your mother they're always complaining? Words reshape reality. In your workplace, a colleague shares frustration about a project. Do you keep confidence, or do you warn others that they're difficult to work with? Careers have ended on less. In your friendships, a friend confides a struggle. Do you hold that trust sacred? Or do you share it with another friend under the guise of concern? Trust, once broken, is like a shattered mirror. Even repaired, the cracks remain. Before speaking or forwarding that message, sharing that post, telling that story, pass your words through 3 gates. The first gate, truth. Is what I'm about to say completely accurate? Have I verified it? Or am I passing along my interpretation, my assumption, my version? The second gate, necessity. The third gate, kindness. Will these words reduce suffering or create it? Will they build up or tear down? Will they heal or harm? If your words cannot pass through all 3 gates, let them dissolve back into silence like morning mist. The horse's mistake wasn't in feeling tired. Exhaustion is honest. His mistake wasn't in wanting rest. Self-care is wisdom. His mistake was in sharing his inner world with someone whose consciousness couldn't hold it safely. This doesn't mean we live in isolation. It means we become discerning. We find those rare souls who can hear our truth without distorting it, who can hold our struggles without broadcasting them, who can witness our vulnerability without exploiting it. These people are treasures when you find them. Cherish them like gold in a river. For everyone else, the Zen masters teach us, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. Do your work, be kind, keep your own counsel. As the ancient teachings say, better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace. For the next 7 days, practice noble silence about one thing. Choose one personal struggle, one worry, one frustration that you would normally share casually. Instead, hold it in meditation. Sit with it. Breathe with it. Observe how your mind wants to process by talking, to connect by confiding, to solve by seeking advice. Notice what happens when you don't immediately release inner tension through speech. Does the issue clarify? Does it dissolve? Does it actually require external input? Or can your own wisdom guide you? The horse died because he spoke, but he would have also suffered if he'd never acknowledged his own exhaustion. If he had ignored his body's wisdom, martyred himself to endless work, and collapsed from within. The middle path is this: know yourself deeply, honor your truth, but choose your confidants with the care you would choose a doctor for surgery. Your inner life is sacred ground. Not everyone deserves to walk there. Remember, words have the power to both destroy and heal. When words are both true and kind, they can change the world. May you speak less and say more. May you listen deeply and judge lightly. May you guard your peace as fiercely as you guard your loved ones. If this story touched your heart, please like this video to help others find this wisdom. Subscribe and ring the bell for weekly teachings on mindful living. Comment, "Silence is my strength," to commit to more mindful speech. Share with 3 people who need this reminder. What lesson resonated most with you from this story? Share in the comments below. I read every single one, and your insights help our community grow in wisdom together. Until next time, walk gently on your path.